opportunity. From building early education and therapy programs to strengthening employment pathways, advancing quality standards, and opening new spaces like the Wolstein Center, and creating lifelong, person-centered supports. Each decade reflects how UCP has evolved alongside the needs of individuals and their families. More than a timeline, this report highlights how national conversations around disability inclusion have shaped our work, and how in turn our community has helped shape what inclusion looks like locally. It captures not only milestones, but momentum, the steady commitment to access, independence, and belonging that continues to guide us today. As we mark 76 years, this report honors where we've been, celebrates the lives impacted along the way, and sets the stage for the work still ahead. To continue this important work, it's essential to have the right people leading our efforts, including my fellow board of director members. We are all fortunate to have a committed team to have their fiduciary responsibilities at heart. They all work closely with the UCP leadership and staff to build support for our programs and help spread the word throughout our community. Currently, we have 28 board members listed in the program book, including 2 emeritus members. If I could, I'd like to ask any board members that are in the audience today to just stand and be recognized. I'd like to also recognize and provide a special thank you to the board members who have joined us since our last meeting. Spencer Abadney, Megan McMahon, and Kyle Nagel. If you're here, you can also stand. And I'd also like to thank my fellow members of the executive committee of the board who provide steady leadership, oversight, and guidance. Please stand as I call your name as well. Charles Harris, Vice Chair. Chris Ringinger, Treasurer. Christine Foley, Secretary. Brian Falk, who's the immediate past chair. Julie Jackson, who's an at-large member. Tim Meany, another at-large member. And Dave Paymer, an at-large member as well. Thank you to the executive committee members and to each of the board members for your ongoing support, presence, and leadership. It's truly, from the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank you for all of your service as well. I'd like to also take a moment to recognize Brian Falk, who's unfortunately unable to join us today as he had to slip out to another meeting, but who has served with an incredible dedication over the last 2 years as our chair of our board. Brian didn't just serve as our chair, he truly went above and beyond. In addition to leading the board with clarity and focus, he generously pulled double duty as legal counsel, giving countless hours of his time and expertise to support our organization. He helped keep us motivated, on track, and moving forward, even during some of our most challenging moments. What stands out most about Brian is not only his professionalism, but his steady leadership and genuine commitment to our mission. Now, as I mentioned, he's unfortunately unable to join us here today, so if you happen to see him, tell him all I said only nice things. His thanks to this leadership and to the efforts of the UCP team members each and every day, that 2025 was a year of great significance for the agency. Even in the face of economic pressures, shifting public policy, the agency remained grounded in its mission. We preserved vital services and strengthened our support for those who rely on us each day. The efforts of our board leadership, agency leadership, and the development department have been central in this progress. Amidst economic pressures and urgent building repairs, 2025 was a year of investment and renewed commitment to our mission. Financial successes included the agency raising nearly $1 million from the efforts of the executive and development team, and of course, the board. We're thrilled to have the opportunity to again gather the community to showcase support of our mission with special events. In 2025, we were thrilled to welcome back the Race to Empower, bringing our community together for a family, fun-filled day in support of our mission and to raise critical funds for the work that we do. We're going to have that again this year. Presented by the Paymer family, the annual tee-up for the UCP golf tournament was another six-figure success, and this was the 39th year for this important event. The 75th anniversary gala, Diamonds Are Forever, presented by Medical Mutual, was held at Tank West Bank. Raffles, silent auctions, live auctions, and an exciting Raise the Paddle event helped raise over $200,000. Mark your calendars now for Saturday, October 24th, for this same event and this year's gala. Others in the community continue their golf traditions with the Team Tyler golf outing and the Nedley golf outing in honor of loved ones impacted by cerebral palsy and disability. An additional community event that raised much needed funds last year included Santa Sours, led by our own board member, Ryan Sours. UCP was again a big winner in the Fast Scratch for charity online game where donors took their chance to multiply their donations thanks to the generosity of the By the Hand Foundation. Nearly $20,000 was raised between two campaigns. Thank you to Kathy Soprano for making this happen. I don't know if she's here, but if she is, please stand and
She has COVID.
Oh, she has COVID.
She's not here.
Oh. All right, I apologize that there was a miscommunication there, and I'm sure it was communicated to me, but I missed that. Paul, if you can give her our sincere thanks and a well-deserved hug and a round of applause. I think it would be most meaningful coming from you. In our annual report, you'll see the full picture of our financial results, statistics, and stories that illustrate how we live our core values. I'll turn the time over to Beth to speak and to award some of Ruth Fisher's Memorial Awards here.
Thank you, Nathan. First, I just want to thank Nathan for agreeing to be board chair for the next 2 years. Let's give him a round of applause for signing up for that. You know, Nathan has been a member of our board for close to a decade now. I think it'll be a decade in a couple months. And when I was COO, he also generously agreed to be the program committee chair during a time when we were having our biggest changes in our program. So we're well versed in working together, and I'm really, really very much looking forward to it. So thank you, Nathan. And we are going to transition into the Boots Fisher Memorial Awards very soon. But prior to that, I want to share just a few things about our numbers, our results in 2025. You know, the real story behind it are the people that we serve, but we're going to share a few stats before we share the stories. Leaf Bridge. Leaf Bridge is our children's programming. This year we served 1,241 people through therapy, recreation, education programming. Last year we served 998. We were 2 people shy of that $1,000 mark, so this year we made up for it. And this is all due to the work of our team members, therapists, educators, both at our facilities and in the community. We now have 3 locations. Yes, ma'am. So congratulations to that team. A lot of them here tonight. We now have 3 locations, and we're in 5 school districts as well. And we're also doing a lot of work just out in the community overall. So it's a very, very exciting time. We offer assistive tech program, camps, social programs, including Club Chat. What's cool about Club Chat is it's a program where children can utilize their communication devices in a social setting. We talk a lot about therapy. We talk a lot about what we do in therapy and the milestones that children meet. But if it's not being translated out into their everyday lives, then it's not serving its purpose. And Club Chat is a social recreational program that has made that work. And there's a lot of fun things involved, like pool parties and crafts and games. They had their own Olympics this year. This year we also added a caregiver and me group, which is, we have lots of really tiny furniture in our conference room, so very fun. This year we also expanded upon our More to Say events. We had a parents' night out at Birdie Town, where parents were able to interact with each other in a social setting on their own, something that we were very proud to organize. And this year, we also had a very big focus on research, because research is important in informing the work that we're going to be doing in the future. So our therapists and our educators, both in the clinic, in the schools, in the community, are very much on the forefront of what's important so that we can then respond to the needs of the individuals that we work for. We are partnering with Case Western Reserve University's Helen Long to look at caregiver perceptions of communication devices and how it can be used in everyday lives. We continue to partner with UCP National and UCPs across the country in early detection initiative work. We partner with Dr. James Solzer, who is a parent of an individual that we work for in Leaf Bridge programming, and on education that I believe has something to do with gaming. I don't really truly understand it, but Becky says, so, you know, we'll get you more information. Our alternative education program is working with UNC Chapel Hill on literacy and communication program. And this year, really very cool, we had some researchers from Germany come in with a really amazing device. Becky, is it the Roo Walker? Did I get it right? The Roo Walk. And it was a different way for individuals to access, children to access the community around them. So a lot of really great things are going on. We continue to partner with 5 school districts. Our therapists in those districts do more and more to enhance those partnerships year after year. Our alternative education programs serve 29 students over 2 school years. And they're doing a lot of really cool things out there with affinity groups, social groups, special presentations. It's a lot of fun. So I bring up these things. We've talked a lot about therapy over the years. We've talked a little bit about education, but these are some of the highlights of some things that we're doing that are a little bit different so that we can continue to be at the forefront of children's disability services. So congratulations to all of you Leaf Bridgers who are here today. We want to give them all a round of applause. But not to be outdone, Oakleaf. Oakleaf Services, which is community integration and community employment program, served 460 adults with individuals with disabilities last year. In day services and community life engagement, we continue to expand on opportunities for individuals to access the community. And we do it in a lot of ways to make sure that individuals are accessing what they want to access. So that could be shopping, or it could be volunteering. It could be going out to restaurants and learning how to order, financial independence, things of that nature. They go to the Cleveland Food Bank, the Kids Book Bank, the Natural History Museum. You're going to hear a little bit about our work with Holden and the Botanical Gardens later on during our Community Partner of the Year Award. And they continue to have clubs, affinity groups that happen on a daily basis to ensure that everything that we do is about integration, but at the same time about meeting their basic needs. So we really, really do our best to make everything meaningful and worthwhile. And you're going to hear about the people who do that tonight as well. We completed the multi-year Department of Developmental Disabilities Adult Day Support Quality Pilot, who achieving 5 out of 6 of the quality benchmarks, and we regularly have volunteer groups come in from local schools. Hawkins School, St. Martin de Porres is one of the favorites. Their teacher really invested in the work that we do and brings a lot of energy. A critical piece, of course, is always in our group homes. We have 16 residents who live in 2 houses, Cleveland Heights and Brooklyn, and those individuals continue to thrive with the work that our team members do on a daily basis, and they get to take some really cool outings. They went to Cedar Point, they went to Guardians games, so really getting out in the community, and also making sure that they're getting their needs met during the day and that they're going on their own individual outings as well. It's all about the individual people. In 2025, Oak Leaf Partners placed 55 individuals in community jobs, resulting in over $860,000 in earned wages for those individuals. So let's give a round of applause for that. 4 out of 5 participants maintain their employment for at least 90 days, many much longer than that. And this is only possible with our business partners, our business advisory committee, work groups who help us to get out there in the community. And we thank all of you, and we also thank all of our Oak Leaf team members who are here tonight. So let's give all those Oak Leaf team members a round of applause. Before we get to the fun part, we also have many other community partners here tonight. I want to point out specifically Dr. Amber Gibbs, who's the CEO and Superintendent of the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities. Hi, Amber. Brian River of Odie Company, one of our longtime partners, and many, many others who do work out in the community with us. So thank you all. So at this time, I'd like to invite Paul Soprano and Rebecca Gunther to come to the podium to present the Boots Fisher Memorial Awards. So Lee Fisher generally comes and presents these awards year after year. He had another commitment tonight and really tried to make it work and was unable to, so we're going to muddle through without him. He asked me to let you all know that he's sorry he can't be there. This is one of his favorite things to do because it's truly in honor of his mother, Elaine Boots Fisher, who was one of the founding members of UCP, member of the Women's Committee. And when she passed away at an early age, the family got together and said, we want to honor her with an award for the individuals at UCP that was so meaningful, an organization so meaningful to her. Let's give those to the people in each program who strive towards independence. So we're pleased tonight to have Paul Soprano, our Director of Oak Leaf Services, and Rebecca Gunther, who's our Interim Director of Leaf Bridge Services, present those awards. And they were chosen, I think is important to say, over, hundreds of people who could have received these awards. So make sure you listen to these stories. They're really great, they're really fun, and go from there. So I'm gonna welcome Paul to come up first and present that award.
Thank you, Beth, and I'm very happy to be here to present the 2 Boots Fisher Awards for Oak Leaf Services. If anyone knows Lee Fisher, has been in an annual meeting with Lee Fisher present. I know Lee Fisher, so he is such a natural and a great presenter and just really connects well. So I'll do my best to follow in his footsteps. The first award tonight is to Zachary Farron. Zach, he can come up if he'd like, and his mom. Okay, Zach joined Oakleaf's Adult Day Support Program in 2019 after graduating from high school. And over the years, we've had the joy of watching him grow into a more confident and independent young man. This past year especially, his progress has really stood out. Zach greets staff each morning with a warm hello. And if you ask him how he's doing, he confidently responds, "Good, you?" He is patient when buying his favorite snacks from the vending machine. What is your favorite thing to get at the vending machine? What do you like to buy? Dr. Pepper, right? Pepper.
Yeah.
Pepper, there, okay. And my vending machine's right outside my office, so I know when Zach's buying his Dr. Pepper. And he's become much more comfortable in the past year, exploring the community with different staff members. And that flexibility shows real growth. He has also more fully embraced a variety of activities and participated in the celebrations that we have at the Wolstein Center. He likes to go bowling. He's visited a neighborhood cafe. He likes to play kickball. He goes to the aquarium, or even goes to the farmer's market across the street at the Cleveland Clinic. Zach has a wide variety of interests, ranging from swimming to enjoying Dr. Pepper and listening to music, especially his favorite song, "Girls Just Want to Have Fun" by Cyndi Lauper. I wanted them to play that as he came up or left the stage. I don't think Stacia got the memo. But he's also a very great and fantastic dancer. So, Zach enjoys his routine. However, even when the day brings changes, he continues to work hard at adapting with support and encouragement. And that willingness to try, to grow, and to keep moving forward is what makes today's recognition so meaningful. Zach, we see your progress. We celebrate your personality, your persistence, and the joy you bring to those around you. Congratulations on this well-deserved award. Picture somewhere. That's good. You want to go over there? We can. Like this.
Okay, while they get their picture taken, I would like to invite Damani Russell to the stage if she'd like to come up. She's our first Bridge Boots Fisher Award winner. Damani joined the Leaf Bridge Alternative Education Program as a kindergartner just 2 years ago, and her growth since that time has been truly remarkable. In the classroom, she's an enthusiastic participant who loves shared reading and book discussions. She eagerly shares her thoughts and opinions and expresses herself through writing, conversation, and her communication device. Damani makes her voice heard in meaningful and powerful ways each and every day. Her learning extends beyond the classroom walls. After reading Black Beauty, her classroom visited a horse farm to experience the story in a whole new way. And she also enjoyed exploring the Children's Museum with her peers. These experiences bring learning to life, and Damani approaches them with curiosity and joy. One of the highlights of Damani's day is social group. This is where she collaborates with her friends on Mad Libs, discusses current events, writes reviews, and plays games. She brings enthusiasm and a wonderfully competitive spirit to all these moments. Just as importantly, Damani has become a source of encouragement for others. She cheers on classmates who are learning to use their own voices and celebrates their success with her bright smile expressive movements, and genuine excitement. Damani's confidence, leadership, and determination make her truly deserving of this recognition. We are incredibly proud of all she has accomplished and look forward to all that it comes. Congratulations, Damani.
Okay, our second Boots Fisher Award winner for Oakley is going to Evan Janet. So if Evan would like to come up. Evan is a 2025 graduate of Westfield Project Search, where he completed internships in facilities management, maintenance, and the dining hall, and groundskeeping. Throughout each experience, he was eager to learn and work toward greater independence and confidence. Evan demonstrated a strong and steady work ethic, even when tasks were challenging or not his favorite. He learned new responsibilities quickly, completed them accurately, and consistently maintained a strong pace and high quality of work. Because of this, his supervisors entrusted him with additional responsibilities. His adaptability and flexibility with changing tasks, coworkers, and environments made him a valued member of every team he joined. After graduation, Evan and his UCP job developer, Greg Zarek, who's right over there, started working together to find Evan a full-time production-based position. Evan's father knew Mike Trumpush, I'm not sure if I said that right. Trampush, sorry, order selection supervisor at Discount Drug Mart's corporate warehouse, and mentioned that Evan was looking for a full-time position. Soon after, Evan was interviewed and hired by Discount Drug Mart's HR team. Evan began his full-time position at the warehouse in July of 2025. In his role, Evan assists with order fulfillment using a high-tech warehouse system, and he works alongside a robotics system that provides real-time instructions through a headset, guiding him on which items to select. Evan has adapted extremely well to this technology and consistently meets his daily production quotas. He is doing an amazing job and has become a strong contributor to the warehouse team. Evan's journey reflects perseverance, growth, and determination. We are incredibly proud of all that he has accomplished and are excited to see him continue to thrive in this next chapter. Congratulations, Evan.
Okay, last, but certainly not least, could Yasir Aria please come to the stage? Today, we are proud to recognize Yasir for his hard work, his growth, and the joy he brings to everyone around him. Yasir is 9 years old and has been attending therapy services at UCP for the past 3.5 years. From the very beginning, he has approached every session with determination and heart. He gives his full effort to everything he does, whether he's building strength and balance, working towards greater independence in daily skills, or participating more fully in the activities that matter to him most. Beyond his weekly occupational and physical therapy sessions, Yasir stays active and engaged. During the summer, he participates in the Steps to Independence intensive therapy program and club chat. That is where he continues to build his skills and friendships. In every setting, Yasir is known as a kind and encouraging peer, someone who plays alongside others, cheers them on, and makes everyone feel included. Anyone who has spent time at UCP knows that when Yasir walks through the door, you notice. He greets everyone with a warm smile and a cheerful hello. His presence fills the room with positivity. He's silly and quick to make others laugh. Yet he knows when it's time to focus and work hard. He is thoughtful, patient, considerate, and genuinely kind. It is truly an honor to support Yasir as he works towards his goal. His therapists are incredibly proud of all he has accomplished, and we're all excited to watch you continue to grow. Yasir, your dedication, your spirit, and your heart make you the most deserving of this recognition. Would you like to say anything? No. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of us.
Apologies. I think I was telling somebody before this started that as long as they stick to the script, it's not going to be very entertaining. This will get interesting fast, but apparently if I stay on script, it will also get interesting. Each year, we honor one community partner for their dedication and openness to providing opportunities to individuals with disabilities in our community. One of our greatest challenges, like many in the field, is to develop successful partnerships in the community. Our team members work hard to make this happen, and it's not always been easy, particularly over these past few years. But we're fortunate to have Holden Forest and Gardens as our community partner of the year. Since 2018, Holden Forest and Gardens has welcomed volunteers from UCP's Community Life Engagement Program and embraced them as valued members of their team. Because of this partnership, our participants have had meaningful opportunities to contribute across multiple departments and truly be part of something bigger than themselves. Our volunteers have supported the education department by creating nature-based children's activities kits, assisted the conservation team by packing native seeds for distribution, and even crafted upcycled birdhouses for a spring exhibit. They have become the go-to team for volunteer resources, assembling welcome bags, preparing folders for open houses, and packing goodie bags for the volunteer events. These are not small tasks. They're important contributions that help Holden Forest and Gardens carry out its mission every day. Each summer, our group's home becomes the Hershey's Children's Garden, where they assist young guests in nature crafts, games, and the beloved pot a seed activity. One especially meaningful full circle moment came in June of 2019 when guests from UCP visited the Hershey Children's Garden and were greeted by UCP volunteers, proudly serving in their roles and welcoming others into the space. We were also grateful that two of our volunteers, Mariah and Laura, were able to attend the annual volunteer celebration in October, where their contributions, alongside those of all Holden volunteers, were recognized. Moments like that reflect the true inclusion and partnership look like in action. To date, UCP volunteers have contributed 604 hours of service to Holden Forest and Gardens. More than that, they've been met with respect, encouragement, and genuine appreciation. Holden Forest and Gardens has created a space where our participants are not only included, but deeply valued. We are incredibly grateful for this partnership, for the opportunities it provides, and for the shared belief that everyone has something meaningful to contribute. Congratulations and thank you for being such an outstanding community partner. I am proud to present Holden Forest and Gardens, this year's Community Partner of the Year.
Thank you. On behalf of Holden Forest and Gardens and the Department of Volunteer Resources, I gratefully and very humbly thank you for this award. I was telling Beth earlier, it just doesn't seem quite fair that we should receive an award when the greatest beneficiaries and the most profound impact of this partnership falls on us. You heard some of the ways in which Laura and Teresa and Faria and Maxine and Marquita and Keisha and Ciara and Charday and Crystal and Julia have come together with Linda, Dia, Margaret, and benefited our organization. What you also need to know is that we have had together so many great birthday parties and Halloween dress-up parties and baby showers. Together we have eaten so much chocolate and we have laughed so hard. Your presence has built our organizational capacity, but your presence has taught us the power of possibility, and you've brought us so much joy. So thank you so very, very much. We're really delighted to be here and appreciate this award. Thank you.
Sorry. All right, so I'm back. Thank you, Nathan, and thank you to Holden Forest and Gardens. We truly do rely on partnerships in the community, and we very much appreciate your kind words. We're very fortunate to have that partnership. So right now, I'm going to transition a bit. I'm going to move into the next phase of the evening, which are our team member awards. So we talked about those we partner with, we talked about our board, our volunteer base, those who we work for, who are determined to live their lives as independent as possible. And now I want to turn the attention to the people who come to UCP each and every single day with a vision of a brighter future for other people. and who truly embody what we do, our team members. So, but before we start the Milestone Awards are my favorite part of honoring our individuals, because they're the people who are truly committed over the years. But I want to take a brief moment to pay tribute to one of our longest term team members who we lost this year. Intisar Tay, our director of Leaf Bridge Services, lost her battle with esophageal cancer in mid-January. It was a short battle, but a very intense battle. For those of you who knew Intisar, you knew that she, along with the team that she built, was the driving force behind Leaf Bridge. She worked with the team members to take a small therapy clinic in camp, built it into a multi-million-dollar therapy center and educational institution, reaching out to the community throughout the state of Ohio. There's gonna be some pictures of her up here, so I think some of them might be fun, so if you guys laugh, it's okay while I'm talking. She was our second longest tenured team member. Only Greg, has been here longer. She was with us for over 32 years. First and foremost, she was an occupational therapist. She was a therapist by trade and most definitely at heart. When she started with UCP, she was a student. She worked in the school district, and as a clinic therapist, she made her way through the ranks as clinical director and then director of Leaf Bridge Services. She never backed down when it came to the children or adults we work for, nor the team members who do the work. Which is why I think talking about her right now not only is honoring her, but is such a great lead-in to the stories of the individuals who do the work currently. I could go on for hours. I mean, we all have Intisar stories, without a doubt. And you know, she had that rare combination, toughness and grit, that was coupled with compassion and empathy. She embodied UCP through and through. People saw her as a constant, taking care of, as she liked to say, the babies. But she also had her own family that she loved fiercely. Her 4 children practically grew up at UCP, and she instilled in them charity, values, and so much more. They almost never missed an event. I think she forced her children to do the triathlon for several years because, you know, Intisar was their mom, and she said, hey, you're gonna do this, and lo and behold, they did. She also cared for her mother, she cared for her nieces and nephews. She had so many interests. She was quirky as all get up, and she had sports memorabilia, turtles, Harry Potter, just about anything. But overall, she valued the team and instilled mission in all. And I will tell you, right up into the very end, she wanted to come back to work, and she wouldn't stop talking about it. And I am very grateful to have known her. I'm very grateful that I kept it together for this. But she was a truly special person who made UCP what it is today. We will be holding a celebration of life in her honor on May 17th. I know it seems a little bit long, but we wanted it to be in the spring, and trying to get all 4 of her children in a room at once proved to be very, very difficult. So everyone here is invited. We'll be inviting the community. We're truly grateful. And I'm proud to say that every single team member that we're presenting awards to tonight embody those same values. And we're gonna share some of those great stories tonight. So just maybe a quick round of applause for So now we shift gears into those who are doing this great work right now. Oh, I made some people cry. No, I'm kidding. It's time to shift gears. Tonight's a night of celebration, and Intisar would have wanted it to be a night of celebration. And we celebrate her, and we celebrate all of you. So we are going to start with 5 years of service So as I call your name, come on up. You can stand here while I talk about you. Nathan will hand you your award, get a picture, you know the process. And then we'll move on to the next one. So I'm going to invite Jerry Knight up here first. Jerry, come on up. So Jerry is our team lead, one of our team leads in Oakleaf Day Services. She started working with our program in 2019 as a temp. But after a year of being a temp, she decided that this is what she wanted to do. So we hired her as a community connector, and then 7 days later, we shut down for COVID. So Jerry started under interesting circumstances. But once we opened back up, she returned, and due to her outstanding organizational skills, her excellent work, she was promoted to team lead in 2022, and she really oversees her classroom very well. She keeps it organized. She is very dedicated. I think what's really nice about Jerry is that she mentors and leads the team members that she works with. And she does that with the clients at heart all of the time. I will say that she keeps me well informed as to what's going on. And she always reminds me, if she hasn't seen me for a while, she's like, Beth, get downstairs. Remember what you're doing. And, but she also has a very interesting, fun tic-tac-toe competition with Paul, so, yeah. But all that being said, she's very in tune with the individuals that we work for. And I will say she has true empathy. I talked with her recently about one of the clients and what he was experiencing in his life with his family, and she really took that to heart and has been doing a great job at working to support that individual along with everyone else. Something I learned right before this is she's also a journalist and hosts a weekly talk radio program called Life Obstacles that pretty soon will be on iHeartRadio, so we'll get you all that link. So, Jerry, thank you for all you do. Congratulations on 5 years. We're looking forward to many more. All right. So our other 5-year service award winner, Frank, was unable to attend tonight. So I am going to move on to our 10-year service awards, which I believe we have 5 of those, 4 or 5 of those. All right, so first we're going to start, this is fun, with Carrie Brown. It's so fun. Carrie is now our executive administrative assistant, which means she gets to spend her days with me. She is working hard to get the prize for most job titles at UCP. She's in competition with Brittany over there, but she's done a little bit of everything. She started in 2015 as a CODA, Certified Occupational Therapy Assistant. She was hired to work in the schools, but then we were like, never mind, you're going to work in the clinic. And then we're going to send you to the schools, and then we're going to bring you back to the clinic. And then eventually we said, okay, go to the alternative education program. In 2022, when the alternative education program was growing, she decided she wanted to switch gears in her career a bit and become the outreach coordinator for Leafridge. So she went out and spread the word about the work that Leafridge does, Alt Ed and All Together. And in late 2023, when we had no development department, she made the shift over to development. And I said, do you want to do that permanently? And she said no. So I took her out to lunch and I said, I think you could do this. She said, I don't want to ask people for money. And I said, you already do. So she, I'm convincing. And then last year she surprised me and told me that she wanted to apply for executive administrative assistant. And I will say that outside of her skills, because she's done many things in her career and in her life, She is one of the most trustworthy and patient people that I know. And we're very fortunate to have her. I asked the therapist, I was trying to figure out like, what was she like? So Becky and Rebecca, I asked them, I said, well, when she worked in therapy services, what was she like? And Becky said, well, she was really loud. So, well, it was pretty, but in a good way, yeah. She was really loud and well, true. Things were a lot more themed when she was down there, which is true. Carrie loves disco balls, and she has been a part of our team member engagement committee. She starts thinking of things way before I do. She's always willing to do more. I always tell her I feel like I'm taking advantage of her. She gets her family involved. Her husband Richard's here tonight, and she told him to do a lot of things over time, but all for the greater good. So congratulations, Carrie. We're very lucky to have you. All right, Hester Brown. So, speaking of people who had a lot of jobs at UCP, Hester started in May of 2015. She has a very extensive history in working in mostly the residential field, but the field of disability. And she started as a temp to cover the medical leave of our program manager. And when that person came back, we had a home manager position open, so she took on the role of home manager at Memphis House until that position then became open. And then she was promoted to our qualified intellectual disabilities professional, QIDP/program manager, which she continues to be our Q today. She was promoted to associate director in 2023. She serves as the administrator of Edendale and Memphis House. She is also well respected out in the community as chair of the quality committee of the Developmental Disabilities Provider Consortium, the DDPC. And she knows regulations in and out. So that's all the board stuff. What I can say about Hester is she's a true advocate for the individuals we work for. She works to know the specific needs of each person. She gets to know them as a person, both in our residential programming and in our day programming and throughout the organization. She, in her tenure, has expanded greatly on the outings that we have, especially in residential programming. They go to Guardians games, they go to Cedar Point. Hester has even been known to go to some concerts. Seems fun. She knows the likes and dislikes, which is probably more important to know the dislikes of each and every single resident. She has a great relationship with the families. She's always at UCP events. Again, her husband Doug here, they come and volunteer just about everything amidst a busy family schedule, being a dance mom and all that. And, you know, she also, just like Carrie, can be a bit quirky. She hid 100 ducks at Paul's office once, and there's still one missing. So, but all in all, Hester is very committed. She's very dedicated. She's always available to a fault. I tell her to make herself less available sometimes. But we're very, very fortunate to have her, and congratulations on 10 years with UCP. I did want to mention that the bar is open. If anybody wants to grab a drink, the bar is still open and will be for a while after we close up. So if you want to grab a drink, that's completely fine. I meant to mention that when I started, but all right. So next up, we have Shannon Hawthorne. Hi, Shannon. Shannon is one of our direct support professionals at Memphis House. Shannon works third shift, I believe, correct? Have you always worked third shift or have you moved around? You started on first, now she works third shift. She's been with us since August of 2015. She's been a dedicated team member of UCP, and her commitment does not go unnoticed. She consistently arrives early to shift, early to make sure she's ready. She's reliable. She sets a standard of professionalism for others at the house. People look forward to seeing her. And I think what's really great is she's always willing to support new team members, taking the time to guide them through the operations, making sure they understand the unique needs of the individuals that we serve. She has gotten to know them over all these years, and everybody has their likes and dislikes, and she helps the individuals that join the team to know what that is so that we can keep things as quality as possible. And her patience and knowledge are astounding, according to her home manager. She brings warmth and genuine care to her work. I can attest to the fact that she treats everyone with kindness and respect, creating a positive environment for colleagues and the individuals who are in our care. Shannon is truly a pleasure to work with. Her dedication reflects the very best of our organization, and we're very fortunate to have you on the team. So congratulations on your 10 years. Okay, I've got a couple more 10 years and then 15 years. So we're gonna switch gears a bit. Val Kessler, could you please come up? Well, we good people are the loudest when the people come up. Okay, so Val was hired in July of 2015 as a speech language pathologist. Very, very recently, she was promoted to speech language pathology supervisor. So we're very fortunate to have her continue on the team. Val's a true advocate for the individuals we work for their families, and for the speech therapists and all the therapists. Val never lets me forget about speech. She makes sure that she comes up and reminds me, which I appreciate, because she's very passionate about it, and it's difficult to find passionate people all the time, although we seem to have a lot of them. She has been one of the driving forces behind Club Chat that we talked about, and really helped expand the program into the caregiver and me, to which she sent me to IKEA to go buy things, and now I know how to shop at IKEA. She also started the More to Say programming. More to Say is social programming for children and parents. We've had movie nights, socialization. We had the parent night out I mentioned at Birdie-town. She's been part of the speech generating device lending library. I also believe that she oversees some of our social media, creating videos and, what's that? Yeah, so she has. So, and she creates a lot of videos that she sends me. So, she has a level of patience that is remarkable, and that's what everybody says about her. And that might be from being a boy mom. I don't know, 3 young boys, but she makes UCP a family affair. Brings her kids to the events, race, the picnic. She's an avid Guardians fan, and she's a pleasure to work with and get to know. So we're very fortunate to have Val on the team. Okay, now we're gonna switch from speech to OT. Rebecca Young. Rebecca had a very long day at Maple Schools today, so we're happy she made it. Rebecca has been with us since February of 2015. She is the lead therapist working in the Maple Heights School District. And I'll say something, is a very important relationship that we have, and she keeps that relationship going. She is incredibly well respected by Maple, and I have gone to visit her, and when we walk through the halls, she knows every single person that we walk by, and every student, every team member, everyone. And not only does she know all the people, but she knows the regulations of school therapy better than anyone. So I was asking people about who'd worked with her directly. I said, tell me a little bit about working with Rebecca. And they said, well, when new therapists come into Maple, she's a true mentor. She helps them become acclimated. She makes sure that they know the ins and the outs and all the little nuances that come with working in the district. She tries to make this transition seamless. She's very candid, and I can always count on her to tell me exactly what's needed to make things improve or what we need to do more of. And I've always appreciated that. She's willing to talk and share from the perspective of a parent of a child with a disability, kind of remembers to bring us back to the beginning. And despite how busy she is with this big caseload, all these commitments, she makes time to be involved in other ways. She's on our team member engagement committee. She volunteers her time at appreciation events, other events, and she is a constant. And we are truly very, very lucky to have Rebecca on the team. We look forward to working with her more and seeing what else we can do. So thank you, Rebecca, for everything that you do. Okay, so now we'll switch to PT. So this worked out well. Heather Hoffman, we're going to move to 15 years of service. All right, so Heather was hired in August of 2010 when her name was Heather Dangerfield. Sorry, it fits your personality so well. Heather has worked with the pediatric population since she came, but now she oversees physical therapy for adult clients, in addition to continuing her work with peds. She has a great passion for the work that we do in the individuals. She wants to be sure that they are able to enjoy their lives and do what they want, be as independent as possible, access the community, and she is an incredibly strong advocate. And she also has an amazing level of patience to make sure that no stone is unturned. We find the best solution. She does it while being kind and patient. Whenever she's not there, clients are trying to find her because she's always so accessible. And I feel like she's always at UCP, but somebody told me she's only there 3 days a week, but I don't believe it. She takes a lot on, and she's been part of our early detection initiative. She brings her family to events. Her family is very, very proud of her. I know this from talking to her stepfather and the work that she does. She always has a smile no matter what. And I learned yesterday that she's also a gamer. Is that true? We are very fortunate to have Heather on the team, to have been here for this long, and we look forward to continuing on that tradition. And thank you. Congratulations. All right, we got 2 left. And these are the long-termers. So 25 years of service. We're going to start with Maxine Fentress. Come on up, Maxine. Max started in September 2000 as a direct service professional in the independent living program. So she started in ILP, working with clients in their homes, ensuring that they made it to their medical appointment, shopping, helping them with personal finance, daily living skills. And in March of 2014, she transferred to day services as a community connector. In 2018, after seeing all the different things that we do, she decided that she wanted to provide support to individuals who are expanding their vocational skills. So she moved into a career connector position, helping individuals along the path to employment. And in 2022, she was promoted to team lead. Max helps individuals on her team with their work skills, living skills, motivation, focus, outings, planning. I see her putting together the calendar every month with everybody, doing so with a high level of patience. She completes assessments as individuals are preparing for their next phase, and she's always willing to help. She's gone out in the community and worked at community sites with individuals, always stretching what she's willing to do for the organization. And I will say that she is one of the most knowledgeable and articulate people in the building when I am bringing donors around. I always know that if I'm bringing a board member, a family, I can ask Max what's going on, and she'll, in very, very perfect way, describe the work that's done with the individuals. And she gets those individuals involved in talking about it too, which is also very cool and very important. She greets everyone, and she's truly committed to the team members and the clients. The individuals in her group lovingly refer to her as Boss Max. And so I asked a few of the individuals she works with about her, and this is what they said. They said, she's a good worker, so that was, and she helps me, and she's my friend. So if she knows someone's struggling, she reaches out to people personally. She believes in continuous learning for herself, the team, and the agency. She thought this was going to be a temporary job, but now 25 years later, she thinks this is like family. So I guess she's still here. So congratulations, Max. Thank you for everything that you did. Okay. Last but certainly not least, Lori McGowan. Lori, everyone knows Lori. And Lori has been here since January of 2000, so she also gets the award for the longest waiting period for her 25 years, because she's been here 26 years and a month now. Lori is the first person you see when you walk into the Wolstein Center. And what is great about Lori is she greets every single person that walks in, usually by name. She knows the individuals that we work for and the families. She has true empathy for them. She laughs with them. She cries with them. She's laughing right now. And what can I say about her? Well, she's the cleanest person I know, because she always makes sure, and this is very important, she makes sure the waiting area, team member lounge are spotless and clean. That's, for the work we do, that's incredibly, incredibly important. And she comes in very early in the morning to make sure that that happens. She is one of the most persistent people I've had the pleasure of working with. Nothing lingers when it comes to something Lori's working on. She will find the right person to answer a question, without a doubt. And she will do what is needed to be done. I always look at Lori as being in charge of security, unofficially, her and the Cleveland Clinic Police, because if you want to get into the building, you have to pass by Lori, and she's not letting you in unless you have an appointment. Which for me is very important, because she protects me from calls and Celeste and all that. So, she makes sure that we know what's going on at all times, which, you know, people assume you know what's going on. Lori doesn't assume. She lets us know. And she also, not a lot of people know this, she also works with our employment programming and completes assessments for individuals working in reception and does some training along those lines as well. So she's touched all of our programs in many ways. She believes in our mission. She's brought her family in throughout the years. Her son was supposed to be here tonight. I'm disappointed he couldn't make it, but he had to work, so that's good. But she brought her kids to volunteer. She is very happy to now be a grandmother. And, and again, about to be a grandmother again. And I'll say, I don't know what UCP would be like without Lori. And I really don't want to find out. So, Lori, thank you for everything you do. Congratulations, and we very much appreciate you. Okay, that concludes our milestone. It makes me so proud to be able to talk about everybody. But I have one more person to talk about. And in order to do that, I'm going to invite Trish Otter to come up to help me present this award. For those of you, I think most people in this room know, but Trish was retired at the end of 2021. She was our CEO for 14 years, our director of HR for 7 years before that, right? And when she retired, we said, what do we get for the person who wants nothing? And what we decided was that what was always very important to her was making sure that the team members had the knowledge and equipment to get there to serve the individuals. And so we established the Patricia S. Otter Employee Impact Award in 2021 to present annually to a team member who exemplifies the core values of UCP and to support that individual's continuing education. So it's my pleasure to invite this year's award winner, Cindy Marks, our physical therapy assistant. So fun story. So this is the only award, come on up, Cindy. This is the only award that we're able to keep as a surprise. And so Cindy came here. She was coming because, you know, she wanted to see a Sears award, so we gathered here. And then her husband shows up, and I'm like, I found somebody. She's like, what is he doing here? And I showed up. So, her award is the one that's down because it's a surprise. Yeah. All right, so Cindy has been with the agency since June 2006. She lives the mission of UCP through her work in the community and at the organization. She is a highly skilled therapist because she is truly committed to clients and a commitment to learning. She participated in one of the first neurodevelopmental training certification programs for physical therapy assistants. This is intense, this is specialized, and it focuses on task analysis, problem solving, and patient handling for individuals with neuromuscular impairments. Becky, did you write that? Because I certainly did. Not only does Cindy work at UCP, but she also teaches in the PTA program at Learning County Community College and has been doing so for over 10 years now. And we benefit from that because she also brings students to UCP for clinical experience, and she leads trainings for new team members on all different techniques and modalities. She trains our Oak Leaf team members in aquatics, and she is the ultimate teacher. But at the same time, she is also a lifelong student. She not only works to maintain what's required, but she wants to make sure to learn more to better work with individuals at UCP in the community while she teaches. She promotes the mission of UCP through involvement outside of therapy treatment centers. So these are some of the things that Cindy has done that's outside of regular duties as assigned. She started the Halloween costume build, organizing donations from community partners to help individuals and help children that we serve in therapy services have really amazing wheelchair costumes for Halloween each and every year. She makes it a family affair. She gets community partners to come. She gets the fire department to come. And it really is just a cool family event. We were able to bring it back this year, which is very exciting. She's involved with the Elks organization. Most of you know that the Elks is one of our biggest donors. Cindy's involvement with the Elyria Elks has really solidified our relationship with them. We get to spend time together at like some fun Elks events, especially the meat raffle every November. Very fun. But she also attends golf outings, other events. She's represented us in the media. She was a member of several teams in the triathlon and has raised countless money and awareness for UCP. She's thoughtful, she's caring, and she also is a part of our team member engagement committee. She and her husband Dean Dean's here because he showed up, come to UCP events to volunteer. She's a true leader and an advocate. She supports the whole family. She holds our mission in the agency in a special place, and it shows, and she really does embody the core values of UCP and the spirit of this award. So congratulations to Cindy. I'm glad we were able to support you.
Okay, so I'm not part of the closing remarks. I saw that's on the program. Beth. So I'll keep it brief. I know. I miss all of you. I miss UCP. I really do. Lori, our receptionist, calls me on my birthday every year, ever since I retired, and calls me on my wedding anniversary to remind me that it's my wedding anniversary. So, thank you, Lori. But I just wanted to say something very briefly. I want to go back to Intisar for just a second. I want to end on a positive note for the evening, but I need to tell you something about Beth and how she handled the passing of Intisar. This was something that was really, really hard for a lot of people at this agency. Intisar was UCP, and UCP was Intisar. She built the culture at this agency, and we just followed behind her. And in Beth's leadership, in these several months of dealing with this tragedy, she kept every single person informed, inside and outside of the agency. She spent hours with Intisar, overnight at the hospital, helping her children through this very difficult time, not only for weeks on end before Intisar's passing, but since. She messaged to the staff in a way that I don't know that I could have done it. She checked in with the staff. She cared. And if that doesn't tell you something about the character of her leadership of this agency that she carries in everything that she does, I don't know what does. So I wanted to give Beth credit for getting all of us through our loving Intisar's passing, and the fact that Intisar's love and compassion will remain at the agency, in part due to Beth's seeing her out along with us. So thank you for listening. I just wanted
All right. Well, we're closing. As we end this evening, a couple of quick things. First, to the Woods Fisher Award winners, thank you for being such an inspiration to all of us, truly. And to Beth, Celeste, and the rest of the UCP staff, thank you for making this such a special, special place. Such a special, special agency. We'll close here. Thank you again for coming, everyone.